The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
Hey, look at us. We did it again. Another 7 days round the sun. Welcome. WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom. That's my name. So you can't read it now because my light makes my hand look really white, and now you can read it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to WCW Deep Cuts Live, where every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we gather to watch the quote-unquote forgotten television classics from World Championship Wrestling in the 1990s. Here in a second, we're going to go back to 1995 and watch some WCW Prime. It's like a WCWB show, but even lower down the totem pole. Oh my, we got follows and subs happening already, and I can't even read that name. I'm going to have to pull it up on the app. I don't know if we're going to get moos. I think we're too early in the run for mooing, but we will see. But yeah, hello to everybody in the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club, aka the Chats. Glad to have you all here. Gonna have some fun tonight. I want to leave a dramatic pause there. Drama, suspense, etc. Before we go forward, speaking of good folks, I want to give a big thank you to the members of the Weirdo Empire. Hello to all of you. Thank you for supporting me over on YouTube with the YouTube memberships. Now you're looking at this and you're wondering, where's my name? Weren't there more names on this list last time? Last Tuesday? Weren't there more names? There were. Where'd they go? They went to this page. Look at that. Thank you to everyone, especially our newest member, Chad Hockley, pushing me over the bump to have to make a second page. So thank you, Chad. Thank you to everybody supporting me over on YouTube. We're going to have a members-only stream, I believe, next Friday. Unofficial announcement. I think I'm going to be moving Not Quite Wrestling to Fridays. Just because, I don't know, it's easier for me. So I'll look at my son's baseball schedule and I'll make it official here in the next few days. But speaking of good folks, good kind folks, check out the Discord. tinyurl.com/Discord for Tom Green. Go in there if you want the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club chat to keep on going 7 days a week. That's the place you go. tinyurl.com/Discord for Tom Green. Get in there. We've been chatting up a lot of things, all sorts of things. So get in there. And I was talking about YouTube a second ago. I don't know how I did it, and I'm definitely not going to do it again anytime soon. 2 new long-form videos up. One of them about the 2004 IWA Mid-South Ted Petty Invitational and my personal hero's journey as a teenage independent wrestling fan. Saw somebody earlier ask. You can watch that, both nights of that, on IWTV. They remastered it so that it is actual HD quality. So, yeah, you can do that. You can watch the video and then go watch it on IWTV. And then yesterday, I shared 5 really interesting things that I learned from Guy Evans' new book, Beyond Nitro. It's the sequel, the companion piece to his excellent book, Nitro. Hence why it's Beyond Nitro, about World Championship Wrestling. So, it's a blast. A lot of good feedback on both those videos. Thank you to everybody who's watched them, and thank you to everybody who will watch them. So, anyway, I am almost out of breath. By the way, thank you to Man of Pixels And Arcade and Emulation Dude for the follows that I missed there a second ago as well. Thank you to Refs as Wizards for upping your Prime sub. You're crushing it. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much for your support. And I see the clock. We've been blabbing for 5 minutes now, and we have not had a second of wrestling. What are we doing? What are we doing with this time with our lives? I think we need to get to it. So let's go. The 1995, I believe June 5th is the first episode. I see Shellcracker. Thank you for re-upping your Prime sub. Thank you. I'm gonna have some big old delts from all the Deca. I'm gonna take, and by Deca I mean your subs on Twitch. Anyway, let's go. Tommy Tuesday begins.
Pride, serving America's great sports network.
So they wanted to. B. Clark for Dark asked why the TPI 2004 started with 3 video packages and a promo. They wanted to be more like ROH. Dave Prazak had just started working there, and he was very influenced by the ROH. Because they also left in a.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
They also left in the new edit left out a long Ian Rotten promo.
You know, I didn't really get with you on the phone about you coming back to do this thing. Are you getting more money than me, or what is going on?
Sorry, messing with the volume, and it kind of messed with the picture for a second.
No, but are they paying? Is there going to be somebody to take my place?
Talk to you after
Gordon
the show,
Soley,
really well.
Dusty Rhodes.
I'll tell you what, though. Today we're going to see Paul Orndorff.
Dusty doing bits because he knows nobody's watching.
Bunkhouse Buck and Dick Slater. And our opening match, however, is one that ought to be real exciting. We'll talk about money later. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
We'll talk about money later. Why do I have the feeling that that's not the first time Gordon Soley said that before a wrestling show?
Great to be on WCW Prime Wrestling. Let's go to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest.
All right, so these are mostly matches they just taped for Pro and aired in different order. Starting with old Hacksaw.
Yeah, he's a great athlete, I tell you. He's a little unorthodox, but so is I. But
Unorthodox. There's Nick Patrick already grabbing ropes and doing his own shit. Dusty dressed like a Skinamax detective.
His opponent from Seattle, Washington, weighing 234 pounds, Chris Nelson.
Classy Chris Nelson. Gone to be one half of the new Heavenly Bodies. Future NWA World Tag Team Champion. Hey, Rudrick, hello.
I'm telling you, you get down quick, and you get down to this
Hacksaw's hair's looking real good this week. Conditioner in there.
All right. Well, Hacksaw comes out with that big 2x4, and referee Nick
Like
Patrick
what?
saying, "No, come on now."
What would have happened if, old Nick didn't stop
The
him?
referee, but he's obeying him anyway.
Yes, Chris Nelson co-hosted, God, what's the name of that show with Brian Fritz? Between the Ropes in Orlando.
Right here, like I said, unorthodox, he'll back you in and he'll nail you, and he see there he kind of got the guy.
Yes, the new Heavenly Bodies. Classy Chris Nelson, and I forget his partner's name. But they were NWA Tag Champs in 2001.
Right. You got that right. USA.
Judas Vect asked if Dusty tried Prime what he would say about it. It depends on whether or not he's getting paid.
Yeah, he's got him. He's right over our booth here, but do you think his elevator...
What even is this lockup?
Well, yeah, I mean, elevators or not, I think that he knows, I know one thing, he knows when he's hurt, and I know when he knows to go for a man. So whether it's
Yeah, Gordon's on his way out. He I think his last show was an episode of Pro in July, but he had already put in his notice.
He is just raw bone strength too, isn't he?
Well, what a great athlete he was in school and high school and
Yes, Duggan giving Chris Nelson the super Colo
treatment. Always
treatment.
had that mentality, and a lot of the football players
For my
said, you know what?
Random WCW matches video.
That he was this way all
Was
the time.
Team Canada the only time Hacksaw was heel? I believe so, yes.
Half chance right that time.
Oh, and Mid-South.
Back of the,
He was heel for a little
right
bit.
around the Atlas
All right, Brian looked it up. Casanova, Chris Nelson, and Vivacious Vito DiNucci. Should have known that because Vito DiNucci used to be on Between the Ropes a
Well,
lot
you know what? My
too.
mama called me from Houston after last week's show, and she said, "Don't you dare."
Hacksaw Jim Duggan is the ultimate opening match wrestler, and I mean that as a compliment. If you need the crowd hopping from the start, you send Jim Duggan out there. He does nothing, and he gets super overdoing.
Thank you. And right here, he's getting ready to meet the mat with his
Yeah, the
back.
Rat Pack in Mid-South,
It's
Jim
like
Duggan was a
Hacksaw's gonna
heel.
get ready to just take his lights out here on
I
the
wanted to call him the
first
Brat Pack, but it's like Anthony Michael Hall wasn't in that group. Why was he heel in Mid-South? Because Bill Watts told him to.
of what?
I'm sorry for that shitty answer. He's just
When you got
bad
a
guy.
age, you became
Let's cut to all these fans that are falling asleep. They've watched 5 hours of wrestling. They've probably already seen 3 Jim Duggan matches.
Later on over probably a cool libation of one kind or another.
Gordon just openly talking about getting drunk. Not even trying to hide it like he normally does. Cool libation. Super Destroyer number 2, Judd Nelson. We've seen Judd Nelson get involved in wrestling.
And then here he takes his clock right off.
Do 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 do.
Mr. WCW Prime.
Okay, we've got the Stars and Stripes coming
God, Jim
up a little
Duggan
bit
was
later
such a
on.
big man.
Also, Paul Orndorff will be in action. A host of other great matches. Do stay tuned, but now...
Yeah, without the flag and without like the kind of goofy smile, his whole character's a heel thing. These colors don't run. Fuck you. Yeah, that Rat Pack team. Yeah, it was Matt Bourne, Ted DiBiase, Jim Duggan in Mid-South, so it's good Jim Duggan. I sound like fucking Hulk Hogan was good in Japan. He was a good technical wrestler. When I talk about Jim Duggan in Mid-South. Oh, that's dope, Matt. Del Welks sold you your Nissan. Big gnarly guy with a stick. I've seen many a movie. Big gnarly guys with sticks.
With Prime Star. Closer than you think.
Hey, son. Look at this foreign satellite that will beam signals into our yard.
All with digital picture and sound. And since Prime Star is a service, there's no equipment to buy. And it all starts at
I have to think we're, what, 5 years off from that being reality?
1-800 Prime Star.
If you need extra strength medication to treat itchy skin,
Itchy
you're not alone.
skin.
I was always itching. I was always scratching. I felt miserable.
Now you
Why
can
do
settle
I
your itchy skin
totally
problem with
believe
new
that that guy was
Extra Strength
itching and
Gold Bond
scratching
medicated
so
powder.
much?
With the Extra Strength Gold Bond, the itch is gone.
Extra Strength Gold Bond has an extra strength triple action formula. We take our proven absorbing action, then add more pain
Poor
reliever for
Tom.
medicating action.
I
and
am
zinc
poor
oxide
Tom.
for drying action.
I recommend
Dreamcast
Extra Strength Gold
Ultra,
Bond to
hello.
all my friends because it works.
New Extra Strength Gold Bond medicated powder.
Imagine being an actor going out for a role as itchy guy, and you get it. Casting director's like, you look like you itch a lot.
I'm waxy.
New Wax Packs. Waxes while you wash.
When sports cream,
Hey, Matt Foster. Hello, hello.
when legs ache, when muscles hurt. Why sports cream?
Yeah, these are
Why
commercials
sports
for
cream?
fucking
It
old
brings
people.
fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell, no odor.
I think
Why
this aired at
sports
like
cream?
5 p.m. on a Monday. Old people are the only folks watching TV, or the cable at least.
Stars and Stripes in action, but they're going up against
Here we go, Stars and Stripes.
Well, they sure are. You know, God, the thing about we talk
God,
about
could you
tag team
imagine how
action.
big of heels these guys would
We
be
talk about the importance of the nasty
in
boys,
2025?
champions and tag team. Well, the Stars and Stripes have been there before, and they want to
Here's
be there
my
again.
son,
But
American
the
Pervert
explosion around
Jr.
WCW Prime, and all the talk is the situation with the Nature Boy Ric Flair
Sports
and the Macho
cream.
Man Randy Savage. After
The
what
part
happened,
you were
Dad
born- you were
took
born to
off
play,
USWM
Nathan.
into the Hall of Fame, and it was uncalled for.
Oh, check out
Let me
Cheap
tell you
Heat
something, that's what
Spotfest
we
over
do
on
today,
Instagram.
and we find out about it
Nathan's
right here on
doing
the Prime, and I tell you
wrestling
what,
on
let me
Instagram
say this
correctly.
right off
Lynn
the bat,
didn't.
right here, this kid
Who doesn't know how to look at a fucking camera? Come on, Lynn. You were in Portland for years, teaming with Jimmy Rogers. I like Jimmy Rogers because he's wearing a t-shirt under a singlet. Bagwell's fourth rookie year, as Jonathan said.
Is still pretty massive in his build, so they lock up and it's Denton.
All the old folks coming back from 4 p.m. dinner at Golden Corral or Cracker Barrel, wherever they went, to watch Marcus Bagwell wrestle old Lynn Denton.
Marcus Bagwell, Denton complaining about his hair being pulled, and that just wasn't the case.
No, it's important that Marcus Alexander Bagwell and the Patriot right here, Stars and Stripes, get off.
Yeah, mutilation, but something different.
Watching right here on Prime. Each and every week, God and Solely here. This is a great honor, but that's a nice little deal right
Look
there.
at Bagwell go. Did a little roly roll into the wrist lock.
That was a nice little deal he gave him, you know.
Yes, Marcus Bagwell's gimmick at this point. He's like when your mom is like 40 something and she says, "Oh yeah, it's my 12th year of being 29." Shoney's, good call, Jonathan. We had a place called Sunshine Cafe where I lived. All the old people went. Brian's distracted by how shitty Bagwell's calves look. That's why I got those damn implants. Bobby Walker Thomas 777 unfortunately will not be on this show. No Bobby Walker. I apologize.
Which cheek does?
That's right. Well, the cheek up on the top.
That is funny that we have wrestlers essentially doing the same gimmick in two matches in a row. Didn't even pick up on that.
Here comes the man.
Duggan and then Stars and Stripes.
Jimmy Rogers.
Yes, sir.
I love Jimmy Rogers because he gives guys like me hope.
Proud to support him. I don't think they're going to do that.
A lot of folks, old folks going to Denny's before WCW Prime comes on.
Push you back, slap me. Whoa. Slap me. Okay, now we've got the pushing and the slapping over. Let's get down to doing it.
The pushing and the slapping.
Me and Johnny Valentine had one time.
Wait, what? Did Gordon just insinuate that he had sex with Johnny Valentine? They were pushing and slapping.
A meeting of the minds.
Yes, he said, "Hello, this is Lyndon, and I would like
hey!
Jimmy Rogers."
The Bagwell missile. I like Jimmy Rogers also because he got a tan and still was like, "Oh, I need to cover up as much as possible." It was WCW Prime was on the Prime Sports Network, which was the predecessor of Fox Sports Network.
An American flag, and these guys are dressed in American flags.
Or reasonable facsimiles thereof.
Yes.
What does Rogers want?
Be kind to Dom. Jimmy Rogers is a lot worse than Dom.
He got him just a second, wondering what he was doing, but backfired.
Yeah, Gordon Soley was on commentary on Pro until July.
Is really becoming very effective.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's left-handed too.
That he is. Double teaming here, Bagwell and the Patriot with 2 elbows into
Gordon's
the
gonna be
jaws.
like, double teaming here. That reminds me of a story with Mike Graham back in the 70s.
Very nearly, Bagwell almost had his man.
And Lynn Denton was just kind of bebopping around on indies at this time.
Rather with thumb on the eye.
There you go. Got to turn the tide somehow. He needs to tag his partner right here so we can see Mr. Denton go. There you go.
Lynn Denton completely unaware of where any of the camera operators are, just kicked a cameraman on the floor. Lynn Denton clearly the best wrestler of these 4.
Well, there you go. That was a beautiful suplex.
Silky
He
smooth.
executed it with great finesse. Oh, yes. I like that.
I could put Portland stuff on Twitch. I don't know if it would lend itself too well to streaming, like watch along. Just a lot of it like is good, is like actually good, and not like, oh my god, how is this good?
Oh, I'll tell you what, he went to the well and missed that one. Now I'm trying to come up with a right hand, but big old boy, Jimmy Rogers, staying right on him.
That's a good point, Ridrick. That the Patriot mask is super fucking creepy. Vince probably saw him and was like, oh, you can only have one pervert in this locker room, and it's me, Mississippi Gunther. Mississippi Gunther. I love it. goes to Burt Burns.
Right.
Jimmy
Double
Rogers.
teaming here, coming off the ropes. The Patriot does a flying lariat that time, and Rogers
I love
is
that
up.
Bagwell did
I
a
don't
cooler
think he
version of
knows
that
how
move
he
2
did
minutes
right now.
ago.
Almost
Also,
a
this is the
pinfall.
difference
Tell you
between
what, Dustin,
WWF and
we're gonna
WCW
take
enhancement
a
matches.
little break right
In the
here.
WWF, you do like your 3 moves. You go, and the first pin wins. First pin always wins.
If anything happens, we'll bring it to him on an instant replay. We'll be right back.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Discover the amazing training
They just went to a commercial break during an enhancement match. A 2-segment squash match. What the hell?
Dynamic practice organization features
What?
professional scout and instructor
That
Tom
that
Mann.
doesn't
His
happen.
famous building block approach to athletic training. This
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
drills, techniques, and methods that have produced baseball.
Yeah, we've seen this commercial before.
AAU national championship teams. Dynamic practice organization makes any coach look like a genius and organizes
AEW, okay, AEW doesn't do squash
all ages
matches.
and ability levels can't wait to attend.
AEW doesn't like bring in 2 indie guys that, you know, are supposed to come lose in like a minute and a half, who aren't under contract, and then give them 15 minutes. If somebody's getting 2 segments in AEW, they're either under contract or they're about to be under
Call
contract.
now 1-800-522-5333.
QT's not a jobber. We gotta distinguish. AEW doesn't have jobbers. Just because it's a low card guy or a guy you don't like does not make him a jobber. I've been arguing this with folks in Twitter and YouTube comments for weeks.
Neither team able to score a pinfall or a submission while
How shitty does it make Stars and Stripes look? Not only does this go 2 segments, but when they come back, Gordon's like, neither of these teams have the upper edge. All right, Yankee Hawk called the baseball video number. It is out of service.
Well, they've done extremely well. And Denton once again back to the canvas, and Bagwell wasting no time on that lateral press. Now back on their feet once again. Full arm dragon twist. Tell you what, Denton and Rogers have carried the Patriot and Marcus Bagwell.
Thank you, PTRF. Exactly. He's a low card heel. Big difference.
Prime's all about. You get on Prime here and you look at the great matches that we have. There's some great matchups, and anybody can win at any time. And right here on Prime, that's why we're here doing it.
Exactly. Goes to Burt Burns.
Prime brings you the best.
Yes, AEW Dark absolutely had enhancement talent. Like the non-contracted indie wrestlers.
Grasping his nose, and he's taken a lot of punishment.
Yes.
Up around the area and where he breathes, and that can hurt him. He's hanging on that ring rope now, and Jimmy Rogers closes in very quick.
Well, Jimmy needs to get over and get Lynn Denton back.
Randy Anderson's like, I will beat your ass. Jimmy Rogers.
All right, it's over.
Back of the elbow, catches Bagwell once again. He's taken a lot of...
Now they're just beating Marcus Bagwell's ass. Like, which agent had it out for these guys? Yeah, Nathan, exactly. Ring of Honor has squash matches too. Yes, Tom Amansky's still alive and thriving.
They know they're in a war out there, and they know now that their reputation is on the line right here. Whoa. Boy, I tell you what, so they need to really reach down and grab it because they in that with two.
That makes some faces in 2025.
For a victory.
That's dope, right? That Dark during the pandemic kept a lot of wrestlers afloat.
He's caught once again in the eye, and Denton trying to get in a cheap shot makes the tag instead with Jimmy Rogers.
Yeah, see, he's over in that corner too. That's right where they want him to be. That was a nice
Oh, KTB, are you from the woods? He's from the woods.
There they go, quick tag. That's what I'm talking about.
What am I thinking about the moving Collision to Thursday? I feel bad for my pal Scotland. Wrestling Potluck. Thursday nights at 9. Twitch.tv/Mr. Green Mist. The Twitch stream consisting of viewer-submitted shows and segments. Fun and fancy free. I feel bad for Scotland if Collision moves to Thursdays. Jimmy Rogers' tag partner is Lynn Denton, the grappler. Rosalie Kane, thank you so much for the sub. Gonna put that in my syringe and stick it in my butt cheek. There we go. After 10 minutes.
As the Patriot buck, Jimmy Rogers up.
It took them so long to beat Jimmy Rogers. My Disneyland didn't look like Trailer Park Benoit. Eleanor, stop that! Sorry, my dog's being an asshole to my cat. Stars and Stripes, I don't think... Did they ever win the tag belts? Night, buddy, love you. I know Bagwell and Scorpio did. Did they win them over the Nasty Boys too? October 94. Okay, that's what I was thinking of, because they did the exact same thing with Stars and Stripes that they did with Bagwell and Scorpio, where like they just randomly won them in October around Halloween Havoc time, 1 year apart, like the same angle.
The caramel, the nougat, the peanut packed powder. Baby Ruth from Nestle.
Baby Ruth.
Baby, get you going.
That's creepy.
Welcome to the theater of
Mask versus title. We don't have enough wrestlers wagering things anymore outside of Lucha. Need more wagers.
16 million colors.
Could you imagine
Wreak some havoc in your
probably an hour of footage of these old men on the floor rubbing each other's foreheads together that didn't make the commercial? Another candy commercial that makes it look like candy is a hallucinogen?
When the top touring pros come to see me for a lesson, I charge them $250 an hour. But I found
Jimmy Ballard, the golf teacher of the decade. How do you win that award?
It's called the Beamer LB650.
Oh, the Beamer. Beam. He didn't say the ma loud enough. I thought it was a slur.
Proper alignment will consistently lower your
He sure
score.
looks like a guy that says slurs.
This video will show you how. You've seen how deadly accurate lasers can be. Now imagine putting this technology to work for your golf game. The video shows how the Beamer quickly attaches to your putter.
You got to pronounce that M.
Proper alignment for both straight
You don't.
and
Your
vertical.
accent does not do you
Practicing
favors, bud.
indoors.
Training with the
Jimmy
Beamer means
Ballard
better
looks
scores.
like he smells
I
the
just hope it
second
doesn't
least
put me out of
expensive
business.
cigar at the
Give
pro
us a call.
shop.
This free video will show you how the Beamer will improve your putting.
What is
once
this?
and for all.
Louisianan?
Call today for your free copy.
Yeah, it looks like a bomb. It looks like a bomb in a shitty kids movie. There we go, the WCW Control Center that's totally not a green screen.
Here on Saturday night. Slamboree is history for yet another year. And as we move into summer, now we're
For yet another year. For the third year.
Dayton, Ohio on Sunday, June the 18th for the Great American Bash. Out of the chute, listen to the card already signed. You know about that big melee that took place during the main event.
A big melee.
Ric Flair has signed to meet the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Speaking of the Nature Boy, I've got him standing by.
What a coincidence.
It's called the Great American Bash.
Everybody wearing their hangover sunglasses this week.
Of the Great American Bash was that is the greatest of them all. Me, brother. I was
Brother?
the first one, Savage. And this is the last one. I'll be at that one. Think about it like
I
this,
just want to
Macho
take the
Man.
two halves of his hair and go boop, 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 like a slinky.
My world, my domain. WCW, brother. The Macho Man.
Brother.
Tried to walk
Do you
that
think
out.
Ashley was like watching Home Improvement and he saw JTT's hair? He's like, oh, that'll get me over with the young gals.
The great one. Raw. At Slamboree. Macho.
Macho.
I took you. And I took a member of your family to the limit. You know,
Wait, did he forget that Angelo Papa was his dad? I took you and
I'm right here.
a member of your family.
Calling on the Nature Boy, letting you realize, yeah, that I'm gonna be the one taking you to school, yeah. I'm gonna get you, yeah. And there's nothing that you can do about it. There is no way out.
God, look at that hat.
Game. You laid out the ground rules. There are no rules. There are no holes barred, yeah.
Actually, not true. It was not a no-holds-barred match.
Macho Man Randy Savage. I am what I am, and I am the Macho
No, the
Man,
Spartacus
and
suggestion
I
era was early 91.
The Nasty Boys
WCW Butt Cuts. That was the first name for this.
Great American Bash by the newly
Which was like,
formed and
no,
highly unusual team
no butt
known as
cuts.
the Blue Bloods. Also, something's going on. Dave Sullivan with his rabbit Ralph, Evad Sullivan, yes.
You can't act like you're above the
Diamond
content,
Doll, on the other hand,
Gene.
is keeping her eyes on
You're
Diamond
Gene
Doll's
Okerlund.
stage
You
for
can't
more
act like
over
something's
his
too
$13 million.
stupid.
Something could erupt there very shortly. Plus, flying Brian Pillman from down at Cincinnati is going to be squaring off with the sensational German
Brian
Alex
looking
Wright. World
real
champion Arn
butch
Anderson continues his
lesbian
series of
there.
title defenses. This one against the highly
Arn's like, look at this
the
fucking
Renegade,
weirdo
covered
behind me.
by Hulk Hogan and managed
I'm a gorilla.
More to come for the Great American Bash. You good people in and around Dayton.
Exactly. Me and Gene danced the fucking gobbledygook, and he's like, Evad Sullivan. You get it? Fuck you.
Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. We found out that people drive or fly hundreds of miles.
Yeah, Renegade got a raw deal, man.
The Great American Bash just 3 weeks from
Like, should he have been the Ultimate Warrior 2? Probably not.
Out of the West Coast that
But,
day,
like,
Sunday, June 18th. The tradition is back for a great time.
You got all
Join
right.
us live on pay-per-view or on satellite from Turner Premiere for the Great American Bash.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
I love those, like, half of the guys in those, in those match shots, match card shots, whatever they are like putting in so much effort. So much effort. And then you got Arn, just takes his shirt off, is like,
when you need them, we got them. Big A, America's Parts Pros.
Long on chocolate flavor, short on fat since.
oh boy, I'm surprised you didn't have more of those, Brian.
66% less
The,
fat
the
than
Men's
most of the 20
Choice
leading chocolate
Awards.
brands.
Some of the stuff that Spike aired. That time he didn't have more asshole actors that were like, ooh, it's stupid, and then go and
When's the last time you tried Ovaltine?
fucking buy a car.
I like chocolate, and I like extra chocolate. Ovaltine. It's like around our house all the time.
Great tasting Ovaltine contains 10 essential vitamins and
So
minerals.
the little
And no
one's
fat,
stoned
no
out of her mind.
cholesterol,
Oh, like
99%
chocolate.
caffeine-free.
Extra chocolate.
Ovaltine milkshakes. You can put as
The
much
big
as
one,
chocolate
the
as
older
you
one's
want.
on
They're, like,
uppers.
the best ever. Ovaltine.
Oh, see, goddamn.
And it's
That
great
child. Some strong gummies.
Alka-Seltzer or Bromo-Seltzer, which would you choose?
I used to use
Bromo
Alka-Seltzer.
seltzer?
Then I read the label, saw that it had aspirin, and said, this is absolutely not
Exactly,
for me.
Brian. You
Now
can't
I
be
use
too
Bromo
good.
Seltzer.
Only
You're
Bromo
there.
Seltzer
You're
combines
working
an
in it,
effective
man.
fat acid with the non-aspirin pain reliever used most by hospitals. You get fast, effective relief from upset stomach and headache without aspirin.
Bromo Seltzer relieves my upset
Bromo
stomach and headache
Seltzer.
without aspirin. It's the brand I'm going to stay with.
If aspirin's not for you, choose Bromo-Seltzer.
We never used to exercise. We didn't
Be-
have time
to be
for
fair,
the gym.
Ovaltine without milk is pretty much like
A
getting
quality
high.
strength aerobic machine that we could use at home. So we found Bowflex right now.
She got it for real cheap, and then just it became the drying rack. The way the letters were coming in, it sure did look like it was saying Mr. Wonderful Porno. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Little shimmy and shake. Everybody's wearing hangover sunglasses. This music is his entrance music. Put some stank on it.
This is about as tough a man as you'll ever see in action in the squared circle. I'm referring, of course, to the Brandon Bull, Paul Orndorff.
I love that Gordon Soley always insisted on calling him the Brandon Bull.
Yeah, you know that we talk about
Had
him
never
about,
fucking
being from
explained
the
it.
tap era and
Paul Orndorff, what a great athlete he was.
Because
We can
Brandon
go on and talk
Florida.
about all the great athleticism that he did, but you know, the bottom line in the pro wrestling, he has made his mark, and I tell you, he is really determined. I talked to him.
Like most wrestling fans were like,
He is determined
just,
to look good in
I don't know,
this
thought that he
situation
was,
because, boy, he sees this thing exploding with flair. And
he was the
Macho Man
big
Randy
fella in a
Savage,
relationship
and you
with a
know,
guy
got
named
this big
Brandon.
tournament going on, and the bottom line is that
Stars and pipes. Hey, there's my guy Joey Maggs. My guy. Little Tommy's tag partner.
I want that shot at Hulkamania and Hulk Hogan. Look at his face. He is in no playful mood tonight on Prime.
I don't remember that. I remember Paul Orndorff showing up at WrestleMania 30 with the biggest fucking mustache I've ever seen.
I remember an episode in Brandon one time, and it took 7 people to restrain him in a
What?
particular incident.
Now look, Nick Patrick getting his camera time in. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Uh-oh. Here they come. Listen at him in here. Here they come.
Get it? They're calling him a girl's name.
That, I think, is a mistake to get
Gonna
the
get
audience
real
to
mad
get
now.
Paula, because all that's going to do is make Orndorff angry, and when he gets angry, he gets cold.
Yeah, well, it takes him in a...
Wait, what?
Sometimes it kind of... At first, it throws his...
I've never heard that.
If you will, you know, and I can think way back when...
Don't make him mad. He'll start shivering.
And say, don't let the people bother you. You know what I mean?
He gets real pissed off. Icicles start growing off of him. We are 3 months away from that, man.
That's right.
From Orndorff Vader.
All right, Maggs now.
There's a big fight with the ropes tonight. Nick Patrick and his porno stash.
One thing about Orndorff, he does not rush in foolishly. But when he does, he comes in like a charging bull.
Well, you see right
What's with all the enhancement guys getting to beat up the stars tonight? Did we just not do bits with Nick Patrick?
Well, Nick Patrick won't fool with you. He won't mess with you. He'll call it. See, there ain't no technical foul calls here.
There's Gordon Soley and there's Dusty Rhodes on commentary.
All right, they lock up once again, collar and elbow. It's Joey Maggs getting the bottom wrist lock momentarily into a full arm drag and twist. Let's see what Orndorff.
It's not a fucking arm drag, Gordon.
Maggs really puts the pressure on him. Got that wrist going in the wrong direction. Orndorff's got some problems.
Yeah, he does. Joey Maggs got a lot of ability.
That's just a weird comment to throw out there randomly. Orndorff's got some problems. We all do.
He has the ability, but he knows
Of
the
life.
importance of being here on Prime and winning this thing. But Orndorff also knows that if he wants to step up that ladder, Joey Maggs can't even be a gnat on his back.
Yeah, poor Paul Orndorff and his atrophy from all those neck issues. Like, he's really in tremendous shape considering he only has one working arm.
You got what on?
One shoulder.
Oh, one shoulder. I thought he had his shoe off or something. Dennis Rodman.
What?
Playing basketball without his tennis shoes on.
I really wish Dusty Rhodes would have donated his brain to Chris Nowinski. I just want to see what the fuck was going on up there. Where he could, like, have so many left turns in a conversation.
Yes, the carotid artery. It runs right through about a Nile River, the carotid artery. It runs over there in Egypt. Beautiful river.
Okay, that was good. Shit, Paul Orndorff's 45 years old. He's months away from retirement.
Beautiful spinning savate. And man, cross body block. Orndorff's in trouble. 1, 2. No. Thought he had him.
Imagine if somebody called a savate kick in an MMA fight.
Maggs, a couple of hard right hands, staggers Orndorff. Orndorff fires back. His knees were rubbery that time. Flying drop kick by Orndorff. Or Maggs, rather, has Orndorff down again.
Yeah, they're not even following the match at this point. That's crazy. The little arm was stronger than the big one.
Maggs is down.
Maggs, like the lemmings, rushed to the sea and fell to his own destruction that time.
Now Gordon just wants to sound like a fucking English teacher. Like the lemmings rush to the sea, so goes this match.
Boy, here he is right here. He ain't gonna get out.
There we go.
Yeah, he can rush the lemons to the sea if he wants, but he's out colder than a wedge right here.
He caught him with that pile driver, and it is indeed all over. We've got lots of things upcoming, including something you want to see. I know, Craig Pittman coming up against Brad Armstrong.
That's a good one.
All of this and much, much more. So do.
What a good pile driver.
What's it like to experience Skittles, the combinations?
Again, not a hallucinogen.
Every bag of Skittles bite-sized kids. It's a wallop of fruit. A wallop?
A wallop? Lemon, lime, and grape. So this would be a fruity box you bag. Now add
Yeah, Paul Orndorff only needed 3 minutes to win.
Every Skittles combination
Didn't take a bunch of bumps for his opponent. Sold for him a little bit, but
experience, you decide. Taste the rainbow of fruit flavors. It's a fruit kerfluffle. Every time.
Today's harder working
Fruit
engine
kerfluffle.
is Castrol GTX, the motor oil that provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. Because if your oil breaks down, what's next? Castrol GTX, engineered for greater protection against breakdown.
better pile driver, Lawler or Orndorff? I think Orndorff's looked more vicious. Hey, Alan, hello.
Dial 1-800-COLLECT instead.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Save the people you call up to 44%.
What a fucking great song title.
86 great country hits.
Jesse Coulter with I'm Not Lisa.
3 record set featuring 36 original country hits.
The sequel, I'm Not Betty either. Learn my fucking name. Songs about marijuana. Freddie Fender, isn't he one of the enhancement guys? Now I think they're just making these guys up. They got the rights to like a few hit songs and then just had to fill it with other stuff. Holy shit, Yankee Hawk had a relative had that album.
522-5333 or send $19.95 for records or cassette tapes or $24.95 for 2 compact discs plus $4.95 shipping and handling to the address on your
$25 for what's essentially a Spotify playlist.
Named him the Pit Bull. I'm talking about the Sergeant Craig.
Fucking Stars and Stripes went so long. And these guys can't even get entrances. We got Brad Armstrong and the Pitbull Craig Pittman.
No, they didn't. Gotten this one I've been waiting to see because I said Mr. Pittman need to step up to the plate with some competition. And Brad Armstrong, you talk about a pit bull. He can hang in there with you as long as you want to go. There's no quit in Brad Armstrong.
Oh, shit, he clipped him with that one. A good-ass forearm.
It did. It wobbled his knees, and he drops to one knee.
Wobbled his knees. Look at Brad. I love that. Wobbly cell. Give me some good shit.
Another vicious forearm to the side of the jaw.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did ring his bell. You know, I don't know the situation here, but
Pittman, people don't understand. Pittman was a big fucking guy. It's just he worked with a lot of big guys. So he came off medium sized. Shit! Pittman flying all over the place. If Brad would have done a dive there, this match would have been 5 stars. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. I wasn't even thinking about that. We have Armstrong Bingo. We have the spot filled in on the bingo card for this week. Brad representing.
Look of maniacal desperation and frustration on Pittman's face outside.
Random shot of the ceiling. Why not? Oh, hey, that was cool. That was Cobra's entrance music. It was just Morse code. Cobra, the guy that Pittman left in the jungles of Kuwait, they once said. I did not like the WCW red logo, Alan. I thought it looked like somebody threw it together in Photoshop in like a half hour because they're like, fuck, we need something to put on the Titantron tonight.
It's been reversed. The situation right here. Brad Armstrong has studied his tape well, and he knows a victory here means a lot to him.
But it sure was better than the dog or the bird shit logo that they used in '99 and 2000. That logo sucked.
Stands back and sizes up his man very, very carefully.
Well, he knocked the wind out of him on 2 different occasions.
It's always.
He really
I say this
right there. You know, that could break
with the asterisk that Craig Pittman, when he worked in a way that included the shoot style, he was always a lot more fun. Like this here's kind of a fun wrist lock, top wrist lock. But it always broke my heart when a dude so legit, who had the capability to work as a good shoot style wrestler, was being coached to wrestle like a fucking cartoon and would throw these shitty forearms.
To the referee, but I don't know that he necessarily. And Brad Armstrong trying to cover up. Lashes out with a boot, catches in the stomach.
Like, it just sounds like Gordon's making fun of the match.
The chest again with another chop and a grazing blow across the chin.
Yo, you don't want to get in a situation. Wow, what a blow there to that shoulder. You don't want to get in a situation like this right here.
This is good shit because he does an armbar as a finish. So yeah, work. Brad hitting the post. Oh man, he's fucked now. That's some good psychology. By the way, I was very thrilled. Speaking of, I did that video about the Beyond Nitro book. I was very thrilled. Friend of the channel, Scott Hudson, who's popped up in my comments a few times. We've had a couple cool chats. Love Scott Hudson. Scott Hudson was quoted in Beyond Nitro as saying that Gordon Solie was not a good commentator after like 1980. You know what? He's right. Like, Gordon Solie after that point is just fucking drunk all the time.
And he sounds like a pit bull.
Well, he's an ugly dog, I'm telling you.
Is that how a pit bull sounds? I don't.
They're good dogs. I love dogs, but this dog here can hunt.
Every pit bull I've ever heard is little deeper, little faster. Well, to Bob Cottle's defense, it's hard to commentate wrestling with the KKK robe on over your face.
When Brad made that mistake, there you go. Moved out of the way right there, Gordon. Boy, Brad needs to really recuperate here, come up with some type of offense, real powerful move. There it is.
Oh shit! There we go. But he can't go for the finish because of the arm. Hell yeah, that's some pro wrestling for you folks.
No sir, we have seen this thing in the mini match right here, but you're right.
Gordon Solie probably would have been drinking with Jake all night. Would have come out with a bunch of playing cards. You got 22, I got 48. Bob Cottle, he wasn't, I don't think he was directly in the KKK, but he worked for Jesse Helms. Like, that was his day job. Jesse Helms, like one of the most racist politicians ever. Oh, the Shinamaki Post fucking rules. The South Atlanta boys. Look at that! Brad Armstrong with the reverse DDT in 1995.
Once again, he failed to float over and get. Now he's up there for the pin.
Yeah, too late, brother. You know what I mean? I mean, he had a situation there, but he's in so much pain. He's holding that arm like that collarbone might be cracked or something right there.
It could be.
By the way, you know who campaigned for Jesse Helms? Ric Flair.
I'll tell you what.
Or any of the other Armstrongs still involved in wrestling. Scott promotes indie shows in the Panhandle. We follow each other on Twitter, and I see the flyers.
There you go. Now get him back in there. Go for a pin and combination. He needs to do that because that arm. There's another one. I'm gonna tell you what. That could be it, Gordon. That could be the thing that turned the tide in Pittman's way.
Yep, he just.
Congrats on your vintage-smelling farts, Alan. I'm proud of you.
Armstrong, no question about it. Look at here. He's dazed. His motor nerves are all jangled and confused.
Boy, he's got him set up here trying to go for that code.
Yeah, that's crazy that Bob Cottle, working for fucking Jesse Helms, was the guy holding the mic for all those Gangstas interviews in Smoky Mountain. Thank God we don't really have wrestling finishes where guys just stay in arm bars for minutes on end anymore. Hey, it's more art. Nope, it's Stars and Stripes. His own brothers were in the locker room, and they're like, we don't give a shit about him.
The referee stops him. The referee has stopped it. He's calling for the bell.
Well, that's a good call there because I'm going to tell you something.
See, in 2025 eyes, it just makes Brad look fucking stupid. But back then, it was like, oh, he's tough. He didn't tap out.
Sergeant Craig.
That was fun.
Brad Armstrong, more courage and intestinal fortitude than intelligence in that particular situation.
Gordon's like, yeah, this guy's a fucking moron. Fucking Gordon. Craig Pittman looks like, you got any games? Any games on that phone?
happens when you mix NFL football with Nashville country music. You get NFL
drinking, I assume?
like you've never heard before.
I think my grandpa had this tape.
For one partying home video featuring the biggest
Travis Tritt just showing up to NFL games being like, hey, here's another video. Why didn't Craig Pittman go further? It's because of facial expressions like that. He looked like a fucking cartoon out there. No, but he should have been allowed to like be a shoot style guy. But that's what he was good at. But because he was in Hogan WCW, he kept getting directed. Oh, if you're a cartoon character, you can work with Hulk someday.
Call now 1-800-522-5333.
Check out the finest action from the hottest sport around the world and get the latest from the finest players on the tour. The IBM ATP Tour Highlight Show.
Don't tell your rowdy
on
friends.
this regional sports network.
Oh, goodness.
You know, Dust, with the Great American Bash coming up in just a couple of weeks...
Gordon's
on June
tie is
18th,
so crooked.
This U.S. Heavyweight Championship tournament is really heating up.
Well, you know what, Garden Sole? The United States Heavyweight Tournament ends at the Great American Bash. You might say this
Hey,
is the
Dr.
road
Liam.
to the Great American Bash.
Hello,
The
hello,
US
hello.
tournament. And I cannot wait. These highlights are tremendous. But, brother, it's getting close to crowning a champion.
No question about
Crimson Mask
And to bring
replica
all of
on the
you up to date
Instagram.
on the
Go
tournament,
check him
let's
out,
go now to
Dr.
this very
Liam.
special feature.
All sorts of good vintage wrestling content there. A U.S. title recap. He did call him Garden. That's how Dusty said his name was Garden Solely. There's his move. Oh gosh. I think we might have watched that before. I remember that bump.
And Alex moves on to advance. Ric Flair matched up with the Patriot.
Referee had his back turned.
The Nature Boy goes on to round 2.
The United States
Down.
title tournament rolls on with action from round...
They just like cut that. Whatever Chris Cruz was doing, they're like, oh, he's not doing a good job. We're gonna replace your voiceover with Gordon's.
Can he turn him? Can he turn him? Go under him, go under him, go between his legs, ball.
Or was Cruz too busy tattling on somebody?
I told you it's going to be Megan Sting. And this match is over.
Sting is victorious. Awesome.
Sting is victorious.
Flying Brian.
This is the Lash Rue song, isn't it?
Oh, man, nice backbreaker.
Terrific backbreaker. He did that one-handed. Does that tell you anything? 2.
Did that one-handed? Does that tell you anything?
Does it again.
I don't know. Is that like a? He's got big feet. You know what that means? Type of thing. Two Faces of Ugly. I kind of like that as their team name.
I'm not susceptible to temptation.
What do you call that?
Instant gratification, it's totally different.
Gordon's Revenge.
Gets him every time. Especially the peanut part.
I choose not to listen to disco, Alan Starr. He is a doofus.
Trick track for Father's Day.
The fuck?
A clappy cooker.
Need a great gift?
I would love a clappy
Come to
cooker.
Radio Shack. We've got what dads want most. And with Radio Shack Gift Express, we can even pack and ship it. Why rack your brains?
A power tie.
Radio Shack. You've got.
Isn't that how the dude from NXS died?
0. Nil.
Zip. Zilch.
Nada.
Zip. Nothing.
That's what you save when you dial 0 to call collect.
Squat.
Dial 1-800-COLLECT instead.
Hello.
And save the people you call up to 44%.
You've busted your back.
David Carradine
You
too,
nearly
exactly.
drowned yourself, and your
These guys
car
in their
wash
power
is
ties.
Still hit or miss. Next time, use a Shawala. A Shawala wash is the
A
fastest,
Shawala.
easiest, most thorough car wash there is. The giant washing surface cleans your entire car in no time with the same type of material used in
I love their
professional
song,
brushless car
Counting Blue
washes.
Cars.
So tough, it's
Shawala.
virtually indestructible. And look, it would take
Tell
all these
me
ordinary
how
sponges
your
to equal the
thoughts
surface
are
washing
down.
area of one Shawala. Nothing can hold more
I'm
soap.
on my way
Have
to
a
meet
van? Then
her.
you've got to have a Shawala. No climbing, no straining. The extra long handle reaches even the highest vehicle. Cleans wheels and tires in seconds. There's never been a better wash than a Shawala wash. It's only $19.95, so order yours now.
Like a big old nipple.
767-8400 or send $19.95 plus shipping and handling to Shawala, to
Rag on a
Avenue,
stick.
Norwalk, Connecticut. For fastest delivery,
That's
use
what they
your
called
credit
me in
card and call
college.
1-800-767-8400 now.
Okay, Dust. It's time
Okay,
now for
did
the,
Dusty
our
like touch his
prime
butt
match of the
before they
week.
went live?
Bunkhouse Buck and Dirty Dick Slater against Mark Starr and Frankie the Thumper Lancaster.
That's the main event of the show.
Maybe millions of my mom wrote in.
Fucking love Mark Starr, but
Cause and let us come in and talk about the prime cut match of the week. Well, I got something for you today to bring this thing on. I got a move with an echo. That's a
all right, we do have a moo match of the week. I was
over
wrong.
there in the canyon. Getting ready for the prime cut match of the week. Pull your chairs up. We're going to have a double moo, echo moo into the canyon. Prime
Here we
cut
go.
is on the air.
Arf?
Time now for
What?
our prime match of the week. Welcome back to WCW.
You have
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team
giant Texan mooing, and somehow Gordon out-weirds him by going, arf. What the fuck did you just watch? Fucking two middle-aged shit-faced guys.
Well, there are a couple of
That's what you
tough
saw.
options, and I'm going to tell you what, this prime match of the week really going to be a good one.
So drunk you just know what's on the cow base. Arf. This is the main event, folks. Two faces of ugly against old Frankie Lancaster, Frankie the Thumper, and Mark Starr.
Bunkhouse Buck and Dirty Dick Slater.
Well, I'll tell you what, we always got surprises here on Prime. This Prime match right here.
Buck has fully figured out how to make his hair look like he has not showered in months, looking positively unkempt.
Slater and Bunkhouse Buck thrown into each other by Mark Starr and Frankie Lancaster.
Well, it's a good team, Lancaster and Starr. They've been together for a while, but they're going to have to really keep their offense.
They've been together for what? That's not true.
Connor Parker out there always wreaking havoc.
Slater dressed as a rough draft of 97 DDP. Oh shit! What was Slater doing?
Oh, come on. Hey, ref!
This Colonel Parker.
Alan Starr, I'm about 43,000 subs away from that 100K play button. Inching there ever so slowly. The secret to making himself look like he hasn't taken a shower? Not showering. That's right, G. Inspector. Yeah, Mark Starr, a favorite of Rick Rude's. That's right, Dr. Liam.
Starr back into the ring. And that's all before the count of 10, I might add.
Well, this prime matchup right here, this is a good one, boy. I mean, wow.
And I'd kill a man for one of those purple WCW banners. I think Buck was just fun to like have on the roster.
I mean, he just takes right there. What do you call that?
Neck breaker.
I knew that.
Folks just liked having him around. Chuck Norris action jeans.
We'll try and finish. Ah, left hands to the jaw. Mark Starr puts him back to the canvas once again. Now those cowboy boots deep in the throat of
The hard cam showing how close the corner cam's getting there makes it look real perverted.
Starr comes up. Short punch to the midsection of Slater, but it lacked effectiveness.
Yeah, he's in a
Gauss is the airport test. Yeah, you see a guy come to the airport looking like that, you're like, what the fuck?
territory. That is for sure.
Not that Chris Benoit.
See that? Lock him in that corner. Parker's got a game plan every time these guys come out. Lock him in that corner.
Yeah, that run is weird. Like, and he was a baby face as the rebel Dick Slater. That's so weirdly, like, and Vince McMahon hated Southern people.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
So, like, how the fuck was that supposed to work?
With the Harlem Heat and the Blue Bloods and the Nasty Boys, we've seen the Stars and Stripes. Lancaster right here.
Come on, Bart. There's nobody in there named Bart.
A foothold on that ladder
Mark?
to success. The gold around their waist.
Yeah, and the World Tag Team Championship will be decided, that's for sure, at the Great American Bash. Nasty Boys, the current champions.
Do you imagine Slovenly Brian teaming with Flying Brian? Okay. There's some clubbering for you, Dusty.
Yes, sir, boy, I'll tell you what. They're trying to fire back. And Lancaster thrown through the ropes.
Oh, you better watch out here. Look at this gun.
He's got Mark Starr up on the Starr came right down on the base of his
They got a DUI for operating the Doomsday device while intoxicated. I love how these guys in the main event of WCW Prime go like way shorter than the random Stars and Stripes 2-segment squash match.
Yes, sir, right here on this Prime replay. You see that neck breaker? Dick Slater, they had a great game plan. They went in there, and right now Bunkhouse Buck comes up from the back right here, picks him up and drives them vertebrae down into the mat right here on this Prime replay.
Oh, gosh.
Bunkhouse Buck, Dirty Dick Slater, brother. They get a victory here on the Prime Match of the Week.
And so they're a step closer to the World Tag Team Championship.
I saw that, Brian. Blake Monroe. Mariah May's new name. Next week, Tim Horner in the Prime Match of the Week. They don't want you to watch. I saw the vignette before we went live. I liked the Bewitched opening credit animation they used for Mariah. I think that's cool, but I don't know. I can't judge any of the stupid WWE names because they all sound stupid now, and then we get used to it. I definitely think Dusty took advantage of his accent to get away with saying bunkhouse fuck a number of times. No, baby, it's just how I talk. Fuck, buck, whatever.
Get all your favorite characters from the movie Batman Forever, including Batman himself and the
God, my mom had the Batman and I forget what other one she had, but she had a couple of those.
Here you are, sir.
I thought they were so cool. Yeah, it's nice that she's doing a tribute to her niece.
I previously used cortisone 10. Then I used Gold Bond medicated cream.
Again, I'm not. The name is whatever, but I thought the vignette was kind of cool.
Clinical studies showed at 10 minutes, Gold Bond cream provided more effective itch relief than cortisone 10, and Gold Bond contains 2 medically proven pain relievers.
Listen, that movie was dookie, but everybody had their nipples poking out, so who's to judge?
Immediate itch relief. Try Gold Bond medicated anti-itch cream.
Everybody watching Prime is so fucking itchy and sore.
When legs ache. When muscles hurt. Why Sports Cream? Massaging Sports Cream in brings fast pain relief.
Fast pain relief.
No odor. Why Sports Cream?
Was Mr. Iguana on NXT? I saw that he was in Orlando. I'm so fucking happy Mr. Iguana is getting something.
I just got a phone call from Texas, from the Bar None Ranch. The cows are going crazy.
The cows are going crazy.
Oh, so he has to have a ranch like Terry Funk. The Bar None Ranch.
I mean, right here, this show has gotten so hot, we've gotten so late. His second week of the road.
JC Mateo's silly because just call him Jeff Cobb. You know? JC.
After contract.
Oh, that's sick, Fran. I love that you were there. That was a fun show. I had my issues with it, but it was a fun show.
You've got Big Jim Duggan Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Big Jim Duggan. That was his mid-south
name. Seeing Alex Wright, a host of other great
I
stars.
thought the Worlds Collide, judging it on its own, was a really fun show.
Until next week, or
It just every match had something in it where it's like I could hear a producer say, "You know how we could fix Lucha Libre?"
Hey, Remington.
You know,
The Remington triple foil.
and Conan on commentary. Can I just say something real quick? And then he tells the slowest fucking anecdote you've ever heard. Corey Graves is incredible for taking that Conan commentary and making it seem competent. I think Mr. Iguana's on Raw Monday. All right, before we go forward, I'm back on Sunday, off the grid this Sunday, and here's what we'll be watching Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Off the Grid.
Wait a second. Speaking of stiff, I'm as stiff as they come.
Stiff? We ain't talking about how you wake up in the morning. Anyway, I'm sorry.
You know what?
All right, so that's coming Sunday at 8 p.m. That was Rod Rages. We got a lot of Rod Rages coming up on Sunday with Bryan Danielson and Spanky and Rod Rages, Haas Brothers, the Island Boys, Seven, Steve Brassane. Never bothered changing it. Look at those hangover sunglasses. Holy shit.
Wunderkind in action, Alex Wright.
My mama called me on the phone and said, God Soli is on Prime with you right here in Houston. You don't know how excited she was. Go see me some cookies or something. Prime is back. Prime matches today. Big moves going on. And let me tell you
Big moves.
No wonder kid Alex Wright, Big Bubba and Hacksaw Duggan. Let's do it.
Is Gordon trying to grow a mullet?
We got lots of
Wouldn't be
things going on,
surprised.
and we're only 6 days away from the
Showtime
Great American
solely.
Bash. But right now, I think it's time to go to the ring for our very first.
I think it's time. A little bit of sass there from Gordon.
Team action upcoming here on WCW.
Giving some Tim Gunn.
Tell you what, Gus,
There's Gordon
these
Soley.
guys, the Nasty Boys, who gained the World Tag Team Championship during Slam Break. Well, this is not a title match, no belts.
Gordon's like, I don't fucking know who the champions are. There's the Nasty Boys. Let's see who the opponents are. Bobby Starr, Hollywood Bobby Starr. Steve Storm. Who kind of looks like that golf teacher that we saw earlier. Yeah, Mr. Iguana fucking rules. And yeah, WWE trying to like take over the lucha scene sucks. But if Mr. Iguana becomes a millionaire, I'm all for it. He is awesome.
Look at the mug on him.
Gordon Soley had been in I don't give a shit mode since 1990. Oh, look at that guy.
I look like my producer.
Is that the guy that took the picture of Brian Knobs' butthole? I did see the fur face videos, by the way, Alan. And I'm happy that they surfaced because now convention promoters are going to ask Brutus Beefcake to wear that costume. And I cannot wait. Bobby Starr, who somehow in the ring with Brian Knobs and Jerry Sags, is still the sleaziest looking guy in the ring.
understand that situation because the Blue Bloods are in line.
Big fan of them emphasizing this is a non-title match,
They gave him a chance. They lost
just in case Bob Starr and Steve Storm win.
and just put his lights up.
They are indeed, and now
Oh, fuck! He just punched Steve Storm right in the face.
I would think
Stay
it's
down.
possible, though.
Yes, Ed Leslie, Brutus Beefcake, yes. That was Fur-Face the Marina, whatever you want to call him. Yes, this is code for the won the belts, but we hadn't gotten there.
Oh, man. I tell you what, here comes that big old boot. Oh, hello. Give me a little tag here. They look good. They're very aggressive. Very aggressive here on Prime.
So, like, the thing with Prime is these are the matches that aired on WCW Pro, like, 2 weeks earlier. And those matches were already, like, 3 weeks old as is. So these are, like, reheating leftovers and then putting them back in the refrigerator and then getting them back out and eating them cold. There we go. Pity City.
Pity City pit stop right there. You rub your nose in somebody's armpit. I don't know.
I genuinely think if Brian Knobbs offered Pity Cities at a certain price at conventions, he would make a lot of money.
They're not laying back. They can't lay back. Too much at stake.
Yeah, they had like signed a deal with Prime. I think they were getting the ad money is the way I remember it being described to me when I asked around about it. It's like a low effort show, but it's like, well, it's like a little bit of extra money. So it's like, why tape a new show? That's right, the Nasty Boys did have that negative day title reign around this time. There's Clubberin.
If I had my telestrator, my favorite producer is trying to give me one. If I had that telestrator, I'd stop it.
There's no fucking way there's a producer on this show.
The clubbing must have been over with.
Yeah, the Nasty Boys' squash tryout match 2006. Fucking hilarious.
You'll know that the four fists are flying at one time.
Very nice. Oh, here comes Oblivion.
All right, let's see how little Sags tries here. There we go. Hey, he lands on his feet before falling. Fucking love it. British City. It's crazy to me that they recorded the song while they were in the WWF, and Jimmy Hart's just like, you know what? We didn't use it there. Let's just give it to WCW.
Will take place during the Great American Bash.
Here you go in the replay right here. Come cross there about 5 million pounds. Hit old Red right in the noggin right there. Then they lay him up, give him a little pit stop. Get some deodorant all over your nostrils. I can't say boogers, you know that, but all over your nose.
Nowadays, you can find that on Jerry Sags' OnlyFans.
Nasty Boys to the pay window here on Prime.
They do make it through the pay window with another great victory for the World Tag Team Champions, Knobbs and Sags, the Nasty Boys. They'll defend their titles during the Great American Bash. We'll be back with more action right after this.
But how much shit do you think those guys walked into wearing those sunglasses back in the day? It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Alex. At least put it's Das Wunderkind.
That's the other one. Fresh taste. For me.
Let me taste him.
How many freshes in double mint gum? There's two.
A wonderfully
Here comes the sagger.
breath that's great to be
Nasty
near.
Boys walking douchebaggers.
There's two. To survive in Mega City
Oh,
1,
Judge Dredd the video game.
if you go out,
I played the game, I've never watched the movie.
and definitely
I don't even know why I rented the game. It was just, I think it was just there. I'm like, might as well.
you must be judge, jury, and executioner. Only then will you know the meaning of dread.
Judge Dredd the video game, coming June 16th, 1995.
AD.
People tell us we beat up our trucks more in our commercials than they'd ever dream of. Well, they should be.
God, guys used to get so horny for driving their trucks through the shittiest of conditions.
Every body weld in a Chevy truck. All 1,437.
The kids don't understand these days. We only had so many choices
These next few seconds
when playing games.
Time's up.
When sports cream, when arms
Sports
are
cream.
sore, when legs ache, when muscles hurt. Why sports cream? Massaging sports cream in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell, no odor. Why sports cream?
I love to just sit around and sniff sports cream. Me and my friends huffing sports cream.
Spray it on. Quicksilver wheel cleaner from Armor All.
Speaking of
Just
huffing,
spray it on,
huff that shit.
and then just spray it off. That's it. That's it. Quicksilver wheel cleaner.
I remember one Christmas. My brother bought me the cassette single for Like a Rock. And his reasoning was, oh, you watch those commercials all the time. And little boy Tommy, I was like, even then I was like, yeah, I watch them all the time because that's all that's ever advertised on fucking television. I don't love the commercials, they're just there. And I do nothing but watch TV. I was like 6, and he gives me this cassette. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this thing? I'm not gonna listen to it. Tony Vincent. Old Mark Merrill's baby brother. Hey, Tom's Customs, hello. That's right, Triple H never beat him. And he never showed up in WWE, so Triple H could get that win back.
Alex Wright in a good clean. Vincent now push into the chest of Alex Wright. Alex Wright, of course, a young, lean athlete. Locks up collar and elbow.
Young, lean athlete. Gordon getting a little saucy when he's sauced.
He understands. He say, hey, this guy been beat one time. So the bottom line, why can't Vincent do it right here on Prime? What a shot that'd be. I tell you, if Vincent would win this thing, they would probably take up a collection, sit him on a cruise or something. He might win something, you know, like you do at quiz shows and stuff.
Cole Nelson down by Tony Vincent on Alex.
Exactly, Rudra. Yeah, my brother's like, hey, I saw you doing homework. Here's a math book for Christmas.
Vincent tries to break it.
Ew. Yes, that's exactly what the translation. Yes, Brian, you nailed it. Young lean athlete equals good-looking drunk.
Well, he looks good.
And yeah, you nailed it. If a guy came around looking like that today, Tom's Customs, such a star. 6'3" with the crybaby bang coming down.
The guys on the beat always had a hairy chest, man. I didn't want no hairy chest when I was a kid, cause you get bugs and stuff in there. You know I mean, you be out.
Now Gordon's just, not Gordon. Dusty's just rambling about chest hair.
Chiggers.
Oh God!
Chiggers on my hiney before. Fuck?
Looks like Alex is beating up his dad.
I can say hiney, but I can't say the B word that come out of your nose because I get in trouble about that.
Don't get in trouble.
Nick Patrick was like, "Those are my ropes. You get off of her."
Dominate the situation with Alex Wright. Wright reverses that Irish whip, drops to the canvas, leapfrogs over his man.
God, it's like it was effortless for him to jump over Tony Vincent.
He's controlled this thing with something that we might not see from him, and that's using a hole in an arm ball. It's unusual nowadays with the young kids that are flyers and
yeah, man. Next time you see a veteran on a podcast bitching about these kids these days, wrestlers have always done that.
Oh, he loved that wrestling. See, I like clubbing and stuff.
Dusty here in 1995. 1995 WCW where nobody's doing anything. It's like they do too many moves.
Yes. Yes.
Steve Wright never worked WCW. No, he did one. He did like an out of the crowd thing at one of the German pay-per-views.
Scoops him again. Another scoop slam by Vincent. Came down
Towards the end of the company, one of the German pay-per-views. That's it. Dusty Rhodes loves clubbering and clubbing. Can you imagine Dusty Rhodes at a club?
You know, Vincent, I don't think is in a position to trade fists with this guy.
Like holding court over in the
I agree with
corner.
you on that. Irish whip once again.
Oh, that was sweet.
And right floats right over on top of him.
He almost got his neck hung in there. That would have been a disaster.
Polo-like forearms now by Alex Wright. An Irish whip off the ropes. Caught him with the back of the elbow coming off the ropes. Right in the nose.
Come on, fans that have watched 7 hours of wrestling, get behind me.
Oh, a lot of problems. Spinning savate.
And spinning savate, a real kick.
Yes, sir.
But off the kick flow. I shouldn't be trying Dusty's. Everybody does a Dusty, and mine is worse than all of them.
Thought he did. He was bridging, but he didn't have enough leverage on that one shoulder, and so consequently, Vincent was able to roll away from that pinning combination.
You know, I know who that guy looks like.
Nick Patrick looks so sad. He's like, I can't believe I'm having to do things.
You're right. I think that's right. That's what he looks a little bit like him. That might be Ben Casey right here on Prime. I can't believe it.
Yeah, he's not as good looking. Well, maybe by wrestling, his features have been altered a little bit.
I like the way this kid is hung onto that arm. You know.
They're talking about how kissable the wrestlers are now. This is Prime, baby.
And a hard right hand, another looping right hand, caught him back at
Nick Patrick grabbing that rope. Did you say what the fuck? I think Dusty just said what the fuck. And they're like, whatever, it's Prime. Who's watching? We don't have to censor that. Or ask him to record it again. What the fuck?
That was nice. That was pretty. That was good.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
Here it comes in. The booty savate. No, that's
The booty savate.
And then he pops up here on the top. Look at the elevation. That's it. Wonder Kid. He went to time.
It probably wasn't what the fuck, but with Dusty's accent, it sure sounded like what the fuck.
WCW magazine upcoming next.
It hadn't been WCW magazine in like 5 years.
You can be part of it all. Contact your cable company. Sunday, June the 18th, originating from Dayton, Ohio.
Here's Ming dressed like a lamp.
Are going to think of Ming. Ming, of course, is the property of Colonel Robert Parker.
The property. Also, Ming clearly standing on a box.
It is going to be a whale.
Yo, he almost fell off. Watch. He's trying to move around to make it look like he's not standing on a box, but he's standing on a box.
Big things were going to happen for Parker and Ming, and now we proved it. We got down to the point now. We've got the franchise back in the corner. I'm talking about Sting himself.
Why is Ming a Persian warrior?
This guy between you and I.
Ming's gonna twist Gene's head off like a bottle cap.
What is your business, though, is what's going to happen to the poor franchise. What's going to happen to Sting? Is he going to get that pain on his
They're
face?
really testing Ming's
Where you don't recognize
kick-ass
him?
ability
I'm
here.
figuring he will, because you look back the history of what Ming.
Oh, you're tough? We'll make you wear this.
Seen the hacksaw Jim Duggan flattened out on that floor like a bowl of wheat, and a streak of lightning with Ming's foot.
Like a bowl of
firmly
wheat.
against the side of his head. Marcus Bagwell, same thing, flattened right
Thank you
out.
for clipping that big stupid grin.
Yeah, he's winding up.
I'm gonna go back and see if Dusty really did say what the fuck.
When Ming winds up, you better start moving, son. The best
See, his legs aren't moving because he's up in that box.
little hands of yours, fit your key into that socket, turn that car on, and just get out of Dayton, because I don't think you're going to have...
He's doing as much as he can without having to really move around.
Ming, Sting is your opponent at the Great American Bash. I'd like to have your thoughts if I... Thank you very much. Ming, Sting, Great American Bash, be part of it.
Ming so bad he could be intimidating just as an overstuffed chair. Arthur Morgan if he didn't die.
You will receive cash. Yes, cash for Rolex, cash for Patek Philippe, cash for Cartier.
Cash for Cartier.
Will pay you cash for these men's wristwatches.
We're not afraid to rip off old people.
Heritage is on a national search for watches. We will help you with cash if you own a Vacheron, Universal Geneve, Breitling. Also,
Do you think wrestling fans actually owned any of these brands?
Your watch can be worth thousands of dollars.
I owned Target, Wole Mart.
This is an opportunity for you to
Which
receive
Golden
cash
Girl
for a
dated
watch
this
that's
guy?
gathering dust in a drawer. Heritage Estate buyers will pay you cash for the fine men's wristwatches we listed, working or not.
Scammers don't need commercials anymore. We can just... We can. Why did I say that? Why did I say we? They can. Just get in your phones.
Call 1-800-352-2121 to learn how to receive cash.
How can you give a quote for a watch over the phone?
1-800-352-2121.
Watch is working or not.
Get ready for prime time wrestling.
I'm obsessed. Oh yeah, get it? Wrestling's funny.
Tag team action is next here on WCW Prime. Going to see the combination of Bunkhouse Buck and Dirty Dick
There we go.
Slater take
Buck and Slater, the two faces of ugly.
Well, it's a bad crew coming out right here. Colonel Parker,
I did not have a WCW calling card. I was a bit too young to be buying calling cards.
about 2 or 3 days. There'd be rank out there. They'd be smelling
Dick Slater in his little tiny headband, little baby headband.
Yes, sir. I mean, if there was ever, you know,
Wow.
one of them things where you stick the guy's head in the other guy's armpit, one of these teams might pass out.
That is a natural
Let's
fact.
see who the opponents are.
There's Al Phillips on the left.
Al Phillips and Mike Corey, longtime WWF enhancement guy, jumping over to the other side. I have not. I'm not a big memorabilia guy. Not a big memorabilia guy.
And Slater is totally
It looks like they sent like a Turner accountant out to get the ring jackets for some odd reason.
Bucksnort, Tennessee.
Bucksnort, Tennessee. We were going to do a live prime.
Mike Corey looks like Joey Maggs wearing a fake mustache. Like Mike, you kind of look like Joey. Get that thing off. No, I'm Mike Corey. Pay me twice.
I hear it. Bunkhouse Buck delivers a boot to the side of the head, then smashes Corey's head into the turnbuckle. And
Your hair gets greasier the longer you stand under those hot TV lights. Wow, you've been to Bucksnort twice. Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I know it's a real place. Very real place, Bucksnort, Tennessee. Not as cool as Knock'em Stiff, Ohio, but what is?
It's two different things. Because it must look like 100 miles for him to get over there. Al Phillips looks in great shape, don't he, Gordon?
Yeah. He's a fine athlete.
Let's talk about the enhancement guy that's not in the ring right now.
Ropes got him with an elbow. Slater has him on the canvas.
But you wonder about the Nasty Boys, and you talk about the
Nasty Boys.
And the Harlem Heat.
Hell yeah, I had great Tom's customs. Yes.
Armstrong and these guys, well, these guys right here.
We just be more Long Johns in
I'd
life.
like to see them in that mix, and I'm sure Colonel Parker would too.
Chico P, isn't that where
I think they're well qualified.
Brian Alvarez does his business?
Succession of wins.
Hey, that guy got get another shot. That guy got a blowout.
I would love to talk with Brian Danielson about Knock'em Stiff, Ohio. I know you're referencing the teaser earlier.
He got a blowout.
I think he'd have a fun conversation with me about Knock'em Stiff, Ohio.
Well, it doesn't look there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He blowed out his right cheek. He got hit so hard.
He blowed out his right cheek.
Sewing when he gets home.
Well, let's see what happens next as Corey is once again.
Why are you actually doing wrestling holds, Dick Slater?
Dick Slater.
Is that his right?
You're Bunkhouse Buck's partner.
Well, I believe it's sort of partial to the left.
Yeah, Bothell, Washington.
I just got the call from the truck. They'll wash your mouth out with soap stuff.
Where Brian Alvarez is from.
His trunks, let me say this better. His trunks have a hole
Gang.
in the lower part of his extremity.
Yes, there seems to be a perforation in the material.
Well, I won't say he blowed out his cheek anymore. Well, they taking it to him. They ain't even, I mean, this ain't been nothing. But pure offense by these guys.
Because the old gay head Massachusetts.
Trying to get his breath back. He's taking enough percussions into the chest and into the stomach that
Yeah, could you imagine how abrasive denim must be on the face and a head scissors?
Okay. Hey, okay, man. I'm saying, you guys ain't hearing this.
Poor Al Phillips doesn't even get to wrestle.
It's only in your ear right now.
They're like, fuck you.
Bunkhouse Buck
We're gonna wrestle
brings his
fake
man
Joey
to
Mags.
glory. Caught him with a size 12 coming off the ropes. Phillips has yet to make an appearance.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can wrestle in tight denim. Like, how did Bunkhouse Buck not have his nuts come out in more matches? Alright, this week in history, from Stephen J. Neptune Man, June 12th, 95, the Detroit Tigers defeated the New York Yankees 6-1. The number one movie in America was Congo, and the number one song in America was Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman by Bryan Adams. Not Crush.
Help back into the ring.
Yeah, help back in to get beat up some more.
Dick Shooter, Idaho.
That's where it's coming from, is a double team on him.
That's, by the way, that's her finish.
Right there, but not focused. Got him hooked up.
Sometimes wrestling doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes you just punch a guy, and that's how you end it.
Under the management of Colonel Robert Parker, emerged victorious in this match.
I love when Buck would do like his little fake flex. It was adorable.
Everything is cool. All I gotta do is wait a little while. Yeah.
A preview for a fucking promo?
I'll have you in my scope, yeah.
Has the life drained out of your living room?
That's how little material they had for this show. Coming up next, a 30-second Randy Savage promo. That's 20 seconds longer than this preview.
Nobody better lay a finger on my
Dick, he did a couple things in that match.
Welcome to the theater of the eye. Real sports.
That's how my brain is.
Keep it down a little.
Real fast.
Optic nerve here. I am gonna need some help.
Real painful.
There you go.
Brother.
Dialing 0 to call collect? No. Dial 1-800-COLLECT instead. Hello. And save the people you call up to 44%.
You've busted your back. You've nearly drowned yourself. And your car
How does this
is
thing
still
work?
hit or miss.
There's water
Next time,
coming out.
Use a Shawala.
But
a
how?
Shawala wash is the fastest, easiest, most thorough car wash there is. The giant washing surface cleans your
Shawala.
entire car in no time.
Shawala,
With the same
not
type of material
Shawala.
used in professional
Chihuahua's got some great sandwiches.
So tough, it's virtually indestructible. And look, it
Could you imagine those
will
folks
ordinary sponges
having
to
to
pull the surface
rip on the
washing area of one
Shawala
Shawala.
to get all that
Nothing can hold
footage?
more soap. Have a van? Then you've got to have a Shawala. No climbing.
Patent
no swings.
pending.
The extra long handle reaches even the
I
highest
think it got to the
vehicle.
patent office and they're like, it's a fucking rag on a stick.
Better wash than a Shawala wash.
Sham wow Shawala. God, could you imagine having to say that in a voiceover?
1-800-767-8400 or send $19.95 plus shipping and handling to Shawala to Morgan.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you there was a wrestling fan that only got WCW Prime. Probably multiple of them. That's just the way America works. Back in Gene's very real control center, walking Willie Mags.
Gene Okerlund back in the control center, and this is it. This Sunday night, the Great American Bash, the star-studded.
Oh, your local operator for availability. Sorry, we already sold 100 pay-per-views. Fuck you.
Satellite dish owners can easily order by calling Turner Premier. Now to the incredible card that includes
The incredible card.
which I have never seen before. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, will be locking up with the Macho Man, Randy Savage. This is the brawl to settle it all. Flair
No, that was Hogan and Piper, MSG
and now
84.
Savage wants to reciprocate. His timing is great. This Sunday is
Oh, that's
Father's
sweet.
Day.
Randy wants to
Keeping that in
reciprocate.
mind,
What a
right
giving
now,
lover.
Let's hear from the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
This Sunday, Super Sunday, yeah. June the 18th, Father's Day, yeah. What else needs to be said? It's the Great American Bash, yeah. We're the Nature Boy.
I love that Randy was smart enough to look ahead on the pay-per-view schedule. And he's like, hey, we have a pay-per-view on Father's Day. So what if we bring my dad in to get a Hall of Fame induction the month before, and then we could shoot an angle for the Father's Day pay-per-view.
I can take care of our worst nightmare that has ever hit our family, yeah. And I can make it easier.
I would be so jealous of somebody whose only interaction with pop culture is just old, like Tubi stuff.
Yeah, and I will give it to all the people all over the world, yeah, at the Great American Bash.
That's fucking hilarious, Shaky Hawk. Sorry, yeah, we sold too many pay-per-views today. Not for you.
For Angelo Poffo from his son, the Macho Man Randy Savage. In other action, the ominous Ming with Colonel Parker at
The ominous? There are many words I would use to describe Ming in that outfit. Ominous, not one of them.
WCW Tag Team Champions.
Did Gene just use the shitty Southern voice that everybody uses to make fun of them? WCW.
Perhaps, eh? World Television Champ Arn Anderson puts that title up against the mysterious renegade.
There's that Arn picture. Look at that guy.
By Hulk Hogan. As you heard last weekend, Diamond Dallas Page wants to arm wrestle Dave Sullivan bad enough that he's
God, it's insane how much further ahead in wrestling DDP was. Like a year after this.
Sly and Brian, and also side of the card, Sergeant Craig Pitbull Pittman. It is all part of the
Also, Craig Pittman will be there.
And your family and friends.
Doing what? We don't know. He'll be there.
Availability. Satellite dish owners,
you don't know what he looks like? Too bad. No picture for you.
The non-stop wall-to-wall action starts at 7
Wall-to-wall action.
Out of the West Coast. There's no question in my mind. The tradition is back. One way or another.
The tradition is back, says the man that it was not there for any of the other Great American Bashes.
Start time. You still have time to call your cable company.
Promotional
That's insane. I never got the pay-per-view limit.
Jury, and executioner.
I thought that was just something they made up. Shit.
Systems June 16th from Acclaim.
So the story that led to DDP and Dave Sullivan arm wrestling. DDP every week on Pro did like this open arm wrestling challenge. He claimed that he was like the world arm wrestling champion of some kind. And like every week he would like wrestle enhancement guys in arm wrestling matches and win. And then Dave Sullivan came out one week and beat him. What? And that would be the thumbnail if WCW was on YouTube back then. Get those Beyond Wrestling pervert numbers.
The Chevy Camaro. 2 airbags, fuel-injected V6, anti-lock brakes.
That's insane. I love that the pay-per-view or the cable companies are like, you're giving us too much money.
If you suffer from painful itching and want immediate effective relief, here's important medical news.
Cable companies are like, you watch too much porn.
That starts to work on contact. And a recent
We'll not let you watch any more pornography.
Gold Bond Cream provided more effective itch relief, better than Cortisone 10, Cordaid, and Lanacaine.
God, wrestling fans were so itchy back then.
Medically proven pain relievers not found in any leading brand. For effective, immediate itch relief, try Gold Bond Medicated Anti-Itch Cream.
Hey, what do these songs have?
Hey! This actor in the commercial, his wardrobe is whatever John Stamos said no to.
Give up? They're all on Totally 80s. Greatest hits from the decade when communism died and music videos were born.
Yeah, the little Discrambler, little white thing. I'm very familiar with those. We used to have to use those in my town to get pay-per-view. And the trick was, at least in my town, if like the WWF was having a pay-per-view and the WCW was having one the next week, the pay-per-view company or the cable company, at least where I was from, was like, we got 2 weeks to return it. And you would keep the Discrambler for the other company's pay-per-view Sunday and then give it back like 8 days later.
I know
get 2 pay-per-views for one.
In the dressing room, you're looking forward to Big Bubba against Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Gotten? Big
God.
Bubba? Big Bubba?
and the Hacksaw Jim Duggan are the two most unorthodox wrestlers ever to appear on Prime, much less
Banger after banger on that CD.
I cannot wait.
What kind of... I'll tell you what, these guys are so big. What kind of...
And this was the take that they used.
Strategy is thrown out the window.
Hey, La Parka fan club.
And
That's sad.
Are the fruit of the day on this Prime matchup.
All right, let's go to the ring and see this match.
Now let's go to the ring and see this match. We don't have time for entrances.
Jim Duggan, two monsters of the ring, if you will, Des.
Well, you know, everybody connected with Prime when this matchup was announced. They were ready for it. Our cameraman, everybody ready. Oh, Bubba tried to attack him right off the bat. Got that big ham hock. Right one, left one. Bubba reeling, Bubba rocking right away.
And Bubba had the worst luck with ring gear. Every gimmick, he would have to wear a button-up shirt, with slacks, and a belt. And he was great wearing these super uncomfortable clothes to wrestle. This was a pay-per-view match, and a TV match, and a Prime match. They did this match so many times. It just makes me want Jim Duggan to do the Blossom intro, where like he's dancing around with Joey Lawrence.
1, 2, 3, 4. You got a count of 4 on that hat.
Oh man, Bubba is a little out of sync now, boy. He got his stuff all messed up. Look at that. His fedora.
The best part is he just like unfolds the top of the hat, and it's like, oh, the hat's fine.
Fedora, that girl we went. Well, anyway.
Yeah, do you remember her?
Yes.
I love pro wrestling.
Yeah, last night.
Because one guy will grab another guy's hat and be like, look at it, I'm stomping it. The other guy will be like, don't stomp my hat.
Oh, man.
Yes, Nathan. Jim Duggan having so little faith in gun control that he makes other things guns. See where Eugene got his mannerisms from. Yeah, this is years after Bossman. He stopped being Bossman in late '93.
Now they test each other's strength, weight, balance, leverage, and Big Bubba broke that up in a hurry. Series of knees to the midsection of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Duggan slowly sinking down to his knees. Wrapped by Big Bubba, but the crowd picking up the chant.
They're chanting USA because Cobb County, Georgia is its own sovereign nation.
See how Duggan comes out of there. Oh, 1 for you, 1, 2 for you, 3 for you. Oh, yes.
Hard to tell which one of these two are going to get. Oh, wait a minute. What's happening here?
They could not have made that look any phonier, and I love it. I love it so much.
He stomped him in the belly welly. I don't know what's next. Bubba got to be getting mad.
Yeah.
These two must have wrestled like 300 times in 1995. Yeah, this is a little different than their matches in the EWF, I'm sure. A little different, Liam.
As you say, ham hock of Big Jim Duggan.
Good thing he caught on them ropes. He'd have caught that.
Again, what is up with Jim Duggan's shitty lockups? These Hugs guys.
Woo! Bubba delivered one right to the pit of the stomach. Another one under the jaw, an uppercut. Duggan
I love Duggan. No, don't make me slam my face into that turnbuckle. Swayze, this is post Guardian Angel. He became Bubba after the deal with the Guardian Angels ran out.
He didn't get it. No, sir.
Duggan.
Very effectively that time. Boxed the ears of
and one out after.
Yeah.
Here you go. Let me help you back in here.
Hey.
Oh, he was talking to us.
Love Jim's like, there's a camera there. Let me cut a promo.
He sure as heck should.
It sounds like trying to give a golden retriever a pill. No, I will not. Oh, you put it in cheese?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Light of the foot into the throat of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. The referee complaining to Big Bubba about that.
He was getting money. Curtis Lewa was getting money from WCW.
Duggan on the mat.
to use their brand, to use his branding for old Guardian Angel. Is Yeet the new hoe? That is such a fun sentence. Is Yeet the new hoe?
No effect on Big Bubba.
Well, he's had the stomach kind of stomped out. I mean, he's got a lot of power right now.
You're right. Woo, he had some power that time. Those legs.
Get up,
turned
boy.
around on Big Jim Duggan. Well, I'll tell you what.
Gordon Soley has such a problem calling him Hacksaw. He keeps calling him Big Jim Duggan. Like this is 1986.
No, we gotta go, Dust. We'll keep the cameras rolling, and
At least the 2-segment match on this show is between 2 stars, and not fucking Jimmy Rogers.
Take a break for the Gotham Glassware Collection. Just 99 cents each when you buy any extra value meal or any other food purchase.
You had your break today. No, I have not.
Life drained out of your living room? Then why not have
A Butterfinger Blast! One bite of that crispy.
Num. Num num num.
Crunchity. Peanut buttery taste explosion will shatter your senses.
Well,
I think they did. I think somebody else earlier said that they had lead in them. Those mugs.
Considering how much it costs when you hit the 0 to call collect, maybe this is what it should be attached to. Dial 1-800-COLLECT instead. Hello.
Could you imagine using
44%.
change these days? Hey, Jimmy Ballard. We're all pal, the golf teacher of the decade.
I found a training aid that'll improve your game for a lifetime.
With the Beamer.
It's called the Beamer LB650. Jimmy's right. The Beamer is an
It makes it look like the golf club's on house arrest.
Assures proper alignment every time. And proper alignment will consistently lower your scores. This free video will show you how. You've seen
This free video will show you
Now
how.
imagine putting this technology to work
How
for your
we
golf
took
game.
out Iraq
The
with a
video
golf
shows how the
club.
Beamer quickly attaches to your putter. In seconds, you'll have proper alignment for both straight and breaking putts. It's also perfect for practicing indoors. Training with the Beamer means better scores. I just hope it doesn't put
Could you imagine walking around your office with one of those indoor putting greens and a fucking golf club that's like beeping and ticking? Yeah, I don't think that's PGA approved. Imagine Tiger Woods on the putting green with a fucking laser.
action has been grueling, and right now Big Bubba looks like he's in the lead.
Yeah. We use this to win Operation Desert Storm. It'll improve your putting game. The Beamer LB650 is not the same thing as your breathalyzer ignition lock. Not make this oddly common mistake. Sir, my golf club says I'm sober.
Well, the best place to be is on your feet. He needed to get up to his feet. He did that, but he looks a little ragtaggy. Might be out on his feet. Looking out, looking
God, could you imagine how fucking smelly that shirt must have been after this match? Not just Ray Traylor's sweat, but also Jim Duggan's.
He captured a couple of Brett's there, and
Kiss him. There we go. Pervert shot right there. All the nose perverts out there loving it. Like Patrick going back to his baby rope.
he had to.
Oh shit. It is dick on the ropes. Yeah, I have to imagine Ray Traylor just got a bunch of those shirts because he used to rip them all the time too. The buttons would pop off.
I have to agree with that. He's delivering some hard punches here, and he's got Big Bubba rocking and rolling.
Irish whip with the suspenders.
Picking up 300-some pounds here. Look at him.
Live weight, too.
Live weight.
It looks like the boss man needed the Beamer for the splash. Could you imagine Mr. Hole-in-One, Barry Darso, aiming like an avalanche in the corner with his Beamer?
The midsection, and now up on that second rope.
Yeah, you nailed it, Ghost of Burt Prentice. That is absolutely what that man probably smelled like.
Well, I don't know if you're going to hurt Big Bubba by hitting him. Hey, look at this!
Okay, what a DQ. That's my new favorite ref bump. Just throw the referee at the guy. He's going to do it again. Oh, I love it. I love when people get hit with Nick Patrick. Patrick is my favorite weapon. Like, why don't more guys do that? Just grab the ref and hit the guy with them. Hey, there's Randy Anderson. Yeah. Is Randy gonna check? Nope, Randy's not checking on his unconscious coworker. He's like, fuck this. He might use me to hit the guy. Oh, yes! The giant WCW figure where Rey Mysterio is the accessory. I remember that, Tom. Yes, absolutely. Even Randy Anderson hates Nick Patrick. God, if he picked up Nick Patrick, like, I'll fucking hit you with Nick Patrick if you hit me with that stick. I'll do it. Nick Patrick in the corner just taking a dump now. God, Jim Duggan is so moist. It is a humid man. God, beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. That's right. Love it. Swinging Nick Patrick around like Mr. Iguana. Now I'm picturing someone putting their fist up Nick Patrick's ass and like using him like a puppet.
So you can take a shot at little Freddy when Billy arrives, needing to research the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. So in goes
Oh, that's where that meme came from.
take a time machine back to the reign
This
of Marcus Aurelius.
CD-ROM game.
Music and movies. It's CDI, interactive entertainment for your...
Yeah, let's all gather around, all the family, and watch Peter Gabriel videos on the CDI.
CD for your TV.
Call now to find out how you can
That needs to make it into like the next WWE game. Just fucking grab the referee, throw him into a dude.
worth $180. Free when you buy CDI.
Holy shit, that was $500.
Call now for information.
The nation's best female bowlers take it to the lanes, aiming to strike up points, rolling to catch.
Yeah.
The big tournament, the Ladies Professional Bowling Tour.
Oh.
Catch the action.
The Ladies Professional Bowling Tour. They can't even get exact dates for the commercials.
The United States title tournament has come down to the wire. In the semifinal round,
Chris Cruz not even getting to call this, not even getting to voice over this video package.
Before it ever began. Savage is going to go in after Flair. Both men were counted out of the ring.
I do remember VCR games. Had WrestleMania the VCR game.
He blindsided Flair.
And then,
I love that finish because it showed everybody at home how much of a dump Center Stage was.
apparently there's going to be no match here.
And also because Randy Savage just ran out into the street, chased by a pedophile.
Being ejected from the tournament. Therefore,
Wow, Jimmy Ballard, the golf coach or the golf teacher of the decade, still teaching. There was a WrestleMania VCR game. Yes. It was made in like 87, I think? 88?
It's a great country we live in, and a great tradition is going to be continuing coming up here very shortly. It's called
Look
the
at Sting
Great
needing a
American
prop
Bash.
for his
And of course,
promo.
It's going to be held live in Dayton, Ohio. If you can't join us there, contact your cable company and join us on pay-per-view Sunday, June the 18th, the Great American Bash. Sting, I know it's stimulating your interest because you're going to be facing this mystery man of Colonel Robert Parker's, the man known simply...
Mystery Man? He's been in the company for a year.
What are we reading here?
Whoa. Whoa. That took me by surprise there. Just take a gander at that thing.
Oh, boy. Look at that. Look at the size. Look at the girth on that man.
Look at the girth on that man.
He's got the shades going there. He's got the karate.
That's already one gimmick ago.
Forms of karate, martial
Well,
arts.
sometimes, you know, the colonel embellishes over and...
Oh, that's cool. On an unamazing red. Ref shoves a payback in 2K25. I'm not fucking with the island, though.
Away. The Stinger's not gonna run
Fucking,
away with the tail between the legs.
what a stupid
They say
mode.
Ming is so big and he's so bad. He's a mystery man. Nobody knows really a whole heck of a lot about him. But I can tell you that I've seen him do a lot of damage.
And he has fared very well, by the way, in the United States.
Gene's like, and he's got a lot of girth.
That's right. That is correct. Who knows what's going to happen there? But you know something? As you
Yeah,
flip
Sting
around, you can
has
see
no
all the
idea what
damage
he's
that
saying in
Ming
this
has done
promo.
inside the ring here, and then look at this on the front cover. Check that out right there. That's
Hey,
the
it's me,
Colonel
Spread Eagle.
Colonel Parker Ming. That is a Stinger right there on the front cover of WCW's magazine, flying off the top rope, and it looks like, oh, I don't know, 20, 30 feet, something like that. And I don't know.
Yes,
who
30
else
feet.
mentioned, but it's just a little tidbit. For
When
both of
Sting
you to think
jumped off
about
of a
the Ming.
building. Yeah, so many people had to pretend that Haku and Ming weren't the same person. Fucking ridiculous.
Be part of it. I can't believe it.
Up next, that match that we advertised last week. Tim Horner against Paul Orndorff.
Gas trick track for Father's Day.
I would love if my kids got me with that.
A clappy cooker.
The Crow Sting started about a year and a quarter after
With Radio
this.
Shack Gift Express, we can even pack and ship it. Why rack your
Crow
brain?
Sting started fall of 96. So not too much longer after this.
Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
Today's cars and trucks are more advanced than ever, but there is a price. Their harder working engines can wreak havoc on
Castrol
the motor oil, breaking it
GTX,
down almost
the
immediately.
motor oil you can buy at the
That's why
grocery
Castrol
store.
GTX provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol, or your harder working engine could make things hard on you. Castrol GTX, engineered for greater protection against breakdown.
Yeah.
Try Super Clean, the tough task cleaner.
Now try our
degreaser from
other
Castrol.
product. It's a car thing too.
Roy Jones, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world. Virtuoso power, precision quickness. Vinny Pacienza, relentless and courageous former champion.
Wait,
Miraculous
what?
career of beating the odds. The stakes have never been
Why didn't they have
higher.
Vinny Pazienza?
Mr. Jones, sheer will
Oh,
versus pure
because he's the
skill.
devil.
Live
Huh.
on pay-per-view, Saturday, June 24th.
What a shitty commercial.
Call your cable operator to order this pay-per-view event.
Why the fuck wasn't Roy Jones's song
Indiana
that Counting
NASCAR
Crows
MasterCard
track?
Fantasy Sweepstakes and win trips for two to the July 16th Miller Genuine Draft 500 plus the GMC Pace Truck.
The August 5th Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis.
And the 1996
Hey,
Daytona 500
I'm
plus
from near there.
$5,000 in cash. Apply for a NASCAR MasterCard by calling 1-800-937
Of course.
Pocono and automatically enter the sweepstakes.
Fucking MasterCard.
Just send your name,
At least I've heard of MasterCard, unlike
on the screen.
some of the credit cards we get now with these like wrestling shows.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dusty. Hurricane Allison. Okay, all right, fine. I'll tell you what, Hurricane Allison was pretty.
Gordon
gentle
Sully
on
wants to talk about a
everybody, but the
hurricane,
match
and
we're
Dusty's
going
like,
to
nope,
see
I'm going to do my
next,
bit.
There's no. Are you okay?
I am ready for the prime cut, prime match of the week. You know, sometimes I do double moves. Sometimes I do triple move with an echo.
Will Gordon Sully know which animal he's referring to this week?
This prime cut match of the week. We talking Horner here? Are we talking Horner? We are. Upset time. Here it is. Prime
All right,
match of the
let's
week.
see.
Paul on up. Get ready. I'm going to bring it to you. How big the move is how good the match is.
Oh no, it's going to be.
Oh no, Dusty just shits on the match. How big the match is and how good the moo is.
Following feature contest is set for one fall. Introducing first from Tampa, Florida.
Dusty's like, oh, this match is going to suck. That's wild, Dr. Liam. By the way, Adam Derwitz, without the dreads these days, just looking like a guy that owns a comic book shop, as opposed to a guy that lives outside of a comic book shop. Hey, look, all this merchandise that we totally
It's going to
bought.
be a wild and woolly night in Dayton, Ohio. Now let's go back to our ring announcement.
Tennessee, weighing 226 pounds.
Accompanied by Jim Cornette's copy machine, it's Tim Horner.
Dusty, Tim is giving away a lot of weight here to Paul Orndorff, and I think, frankly, giving away some strength as well. But how do you look at this?
Well, I tell you what, this is a great match.
Gordon's like, Tim Horner, he's not as fast, not as strong, not as tough. This guy just kind of sucks.
A veteran that knows how to really psych you out, takes his time, and gets in a situation, gets you so frustrated that you end up sometimes losing to him. But this
Nick
is
Patrick has recovered from being thrown at a man.
Orndorff trying to escape from that side headlock. Moves into a top wrist lock on Horner.
Well, there you go with the
Tim Horner with his sweatbands.
Whoa, got him. They just put a headlock on each other. Traded headlock.
Off the ropes. Good shoulder smash by Orndorff. The Brandon Bull up and over his man.
There we go, Brandon Bull. I thought he wasn't going to say it. Hey, random shot of the Prime banner, of the one Prime banner they have. See, we shot a match just for Prime.
That we will be doing this show from far pieces of the world. The Prime show could be coming from anywhere. And I'm looking forward to it. I got all my wardrobes ready.
Even the piped-in Paula chants don't sound that enthusiastic. That's how tired everybody is. The soundboard is worn out.
I don't get that. You know, them pigs, they lay down a certain flume, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't want to get that on your shoes and stuff. Go barefooted, just like Stormy Grace.
Orndorff has been staggered by Horner.
Got him again.
Yes, he did. And Orndorff went to fire back, and Horner blocked it very nicely. Caught him again. He is using that right hand very effectively. Orndorff misses with a wild
Up. There we go. Atomic drop.
knee drop, and Orndorff off the
They would normally do 4 to 6 shows at a taping like this. So you would just sit there and watch hours of squash matches with the same like dozen wrestlers.
Count of 2, and Orndorff got a shoulder off.
Horner's looked real good. Took it to him very aggressive in this Prime match of the week. Yes, sir.
Slap. Slapping them nipples.
A little old semi-karate thrust.
Strut. I have trouble with that word too, Dusty. Don't worry about it.
Orndorff misses with a looping right, and Orndorff ducked away, and Horner took the brunt of that.
Yeah, he did. He caught the top turnbuckle. Look at Orndorff now going up
What's
top, backing him up right
top
here.
rope wedgie?
Got him back. Horner still feeling that flush blow to the turnbuckle right down his noggin.
What's this? Oh, shit, calf branding. I love that move. I'm so happy. Wait, is that the finish? Holy shit. He's like, I'm not going to do a pile driver to you. Why not? Wow. Orndorff's, I'm not wasting a pile driver on Tim Horner. I'm going to do calf branding. One of my favorite moves.
Replay here on WCW Prime.
Well, it was a Prime when you could see that.
That was pretty dope. Yeah, I'm bummed nobody uses it. One of the cooler old school moves that nobody uses anymore.
Very great competitor, Tim Horner.
Bow, bow, bow.
I'm telling you, man. What are we going to talk about when we come back?
I hope somebody brings that back. I send that clip to all my wrestler friends at least once a year. Nobody takes me up on it. Prime then, Prime now. Hell yeah.
And we'll be back very, very briefly with some updates for next week.
Can I persuade you to take a...
We sure hope that
Hey, look, they clipped one commercial break from the entire 2 hours.
As much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you.
Whoever taped this off of TV.
I tell you what, every week, every hour, there's not a show anywhere in the country, wrestling show, like Prime is. It is
That's right. Not a show that makes you nearly as tired as Prime does.
Week and be with me on this thing, because I got a triple move.
Well, we'll find out next week. Till then, so long.
They have no idea what they're showing next week. All right, before we go, again, I'm back Sunday for Off the Grid. But of course, after that, I'm back next Tuesday on Twitch for WCW Deep Cuts Live, where we'll be watching this.
He's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He weighs 238 pounds. Following 5,000 matches in his glorious career, two-time former World Heavyweight Champion, he is the current World Television Champion, the legend, Larry Zbyszko.
All right. I clicked the button too soon and I surprised myself. But yeah, we're going back to 1994 to watch WCW Worldwide out at Disney, outdoors. So that'll be fun. But before we go, I want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with me the last 2 hours watching WCW Prime from 1995. We all made it through. We all survived. Great hang as always. Always happy to see some new folks, some current folks, all the folks that hung out tonight. Appreciate you all. Again, I'm back Sunday at 8 p.m. for Off the Grid on YouTube and Twitch, both live. And then back again next Tuesday, as I always am, WCW Deep Cuts Live. And as I like to end these with, even if you don't make it to here next Tuesday, just make it the next Tuesday. That's all I'm asking. 7 days. 7 days. Life sucks, but I'm going to try my hardest to do it, and I hope you do too. This has been WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom. It is 11:05 on the East Coast. Go to bed.